Hi guys, so today we're going to do day 2 of the 12 days of Stitchmas advent calendar that Spellbinders put out. I know it sold out, I believe, on scrapbook.com, and I don't think any of these things that once they're sold out are going to be coming back in stock because the whole, that's just how they do it. They make a big batch and then once they're gone, they're gone. So I'll link them where I can. Those would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. As of recording this, I believe it might still be available on Spellbinders, and a couple other sites that I had linked before, but I know on Scrapbook it was gone. So, yeah, well, let's just get to it. So these items were sent free of charge from my review, and of course, all opinions are my own. And having an opinion about this, I was going to say, this is so good, the add-on kit that Spellbinders put together. Again, I unboxed it in one of my hauls, but we have it here. I was using it in the last tutorial for this little guy, so we got that gold thread, which is really nice. It just feels really elegant. They have it in silver also in the package, the diamond, that's what it sounds like or looks like. Diamond, basically. Thread. It is 3 fibers, I guess, together, where I always want to say friendship bracelet thread, because that's what I was using it for mostly. I used to like making alpha bracelets and friendship bracelets, really, really great. And then, of course, embroidery, but is also DMC, and this is 6 threads, right? And you kind of take it apart to do your project. Usually I work with 3 strands at a time, and it has all kinds of goodies, the foam, the papers, the 3D foam adhesive, all these fun things. So we will use that as we go along. I brought out the glitter paper because I really love the new glitter papers, and I'm probably going to use it today. And I used this die last time around to make the frame, the notched corner or notched frame dies, and I thought, what if every day we make something similar to this, and then just with a different thing. So perhaps that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll switch it up, but for now I have that out too, because I think that's what I'm going to do, is make them look similar. And one other thing I can do is also do like maybe some embossing, right? Some dry embossing, like through an embossing folder in the back to give more texture too. So that might be something we do today. But I do not even recall what day 2 looked like, so let's check it out and we'll all be surprised together so as we work on it today. Day 2, oh, it's the little candles. Yes, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's bring this guy out. Day 2. Let's check them out, and then I do have a whole unboxing of that. That's why they're open, as you can see, but I unboxed it weeks ago, so I don't remember what day has what. So day 2, we have these little candles. I'll include a link to that video if you want to see everything. I'm sure by now there's lots of videos on that, but it's a little set of candles. We have this little guy, which is basically... This one, I want to say is here just basically for that wick part, because then you're going to put your little flames. I'll put this down. And, I enjoy that they did put 2 of them in here, so I don't think they nestle yet. So let's just pretend, let's say they're like this, right? So they give you 2, so you can run them both at the same time. You have inlays for your stitching. Again, super simple stitching, just up and down here on this one. I was going to use the colored thread, but you know what? Maybe we'll do the silver thread today. With this one, we have some beautiful little holly leaves, berries to put with your little light there, and then you have your wicks, not your wicks, the wick is this part, the background part, and then you have this guy that also has some stitching if you want to do the stitching or just leave it like that, whatever it is that you like to do with the inlays. So really nice. So we have this background, we have the background, on the candles themselves. So there's going to be a couple different layers if you want to work with it that way. But for right now, let's get our card base going. Again, I think I'm going to do something similar to what I did before, and that way we'll have like a little theme running through our projects. And let's just get started. I'll be right back. You guys, I'm telling you, this all just comes together. I was like, oh, if I'm going to do silver thread, maybe some of the blue paper or something. I might open this up. I mean, this is really pretty. We have silver metallic paper. That would be really gorgeous embossed behind there. But I was looking for blue, and we have the darker blue and the lighter blue. And the way I mean dark blue, there's dark, kind of this color, and then the light one. I think I'm going to use the middle color. And maybe we'll use some of the other colors for the accents, we'll see. And then from this one, from the glitter cardstock, I think there's a blue in here, right? Yeah. So just to continue with like tone on tone and prettiness, let's grab this guy. And so what I'm going to do is trim this one down to just a little bit smaller than 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, because that's what I like to do. And then the other one will be legitimately 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then we'll go with that. So a little bit smaller than 5 3/8. And a little bit smaller than 4 1/8, just so it nestles behind that blue paper nicely. And this one definitely will make 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I'll put these guys back in our kit. Oh, and even last time I saved that piece that cuts out of the center. If you watch my last video, the piece that cuts out of that. So you can either use that piece just like the way it is and maybe put some things on top of it, or use it, you know, die cut into it. So we have that guy and this guy. And, oh, I was going to glue this down already, but I said I would run it through an embossing folder. Huh? So let me grab an embossing folder on that one. But for this one, I'll go ahead and take the same die, which I believe was this one. Let's see. Yep, and if you want them to be exactly, if you have this set, it's the 4th one in, right? We have this guy. And I'm going to pop that there. Right there. Well, you know what, if you want to keep your paper straight so you kind of see where you're going, but I'm going to do this. I mean, if it makes it easier for you, because let's say, oh, well, you know, with the frame and maybe you want to do something else, you can just cut this shape from this paper and then put it on top, right? So put that paper that you cut out on top of this and it'll give you the same kind of look without, you know, lining this up and all that kind of stuff. But let's see, that there, that looks good. Okay. So I will run this through and I will grab an embossing folder and I'll be right back. There's so many gorgeous embossing folders, but I chose this one. I'll have the name for you guys. I believe it's from a collection that came out last month, but I'll have it linked in the description box. Sorry, I don't recall the exact name of it right now. And then this guy, we want to remove it very carefully. That, I mean, that's pretty good. You know, obviously it's glitter paper, and this got pushed into there, and you can see just like a glitter or two on there. But it's non-shedding glitter paper. And then this guy, I'm just going to run it through this embossing folder. Super gorgeous. I want to say it's the Yana's collection. But anyway, so we have this here. And I'm just going to run that through, and I will be right back. That was a 3D embossing folder. I did use the universal plate, which is just A and the adapter. If you don't have the universal system, you're going to have to kind of figure something out, you know, to get it going. Again, these are thicker than your standard embossing folder. Look at that. I mean, I had that quilted one that sold out a long time ago. I don't know if they ever brought it back. People love it, and I didn't want to tease you guys using that and not being able to get it, so I didn't use that one. But I thought the quilted one would look really lovely. So if you have that one and you know what I'm talking about, I think that'd be really pretty behind here. But there we go. And then we'll pop this on top of that, and we have a little something already, a little something different than just like this one here where it's just kind of plain back there. So that's how we'll play things up and make things a little bit different using the same die set for our cards. It's fun. And then in my mind, I'm like, just the way things work out, because with silver, I like the blue. And then I think some of the glimmer sentiments I have from a tutorial I did last month. I have a lot, or actually from July, sorry. I have a lot of sentiments, and some are black and blue glimmer, so that'll be really great, because then I can pop that on here and look really pretty. Alright, so we're just sticking that down. Again, you want to make a frame that pops up. You can just put some dimensionals. I'm just going to put this on here, right to the edges, because we do have a lot of dimension there. Oh, I should have shown you the back of it to see what the deboss side looks like. Sorry guys, I should do that, but I already stuck it down. My base card is a little bit crooked because I had to make it by myself. I should go back and say it's an A2 size card, guys, which means your paper should be 5.5 tall, 8.5 inches wide, and you score at 4 1/4. Or sometimes I like to make my card bases so that they open long ways, like portrait mode, I guess. You can just take your A2 size paper and cut it at 5.5 inches, and then score it. I'm sorry, cut it at 4 1/4 inches and score it at 5.5 inches, so it folds long ways, right? Okay, I'm going to hold this down for just a little bit because we do have that dimension, and I'll be right back. So you already knew I was going to put something heavy on top. If you watch my videos at all, you probably know that. So they're so pretty. So again, with this guy, there's ways to play with it. If you want to use this background piece, you know, you can do that. I'm going to use it today so you have a good visual of that. But you don't have to if you just want to use your little candles separately and just do whatever you want with them, you know. Stage them however you like. You can do 3 candles, 5, whatever, you know. That'd be really cute. So I'm going to take the dark blue to run that, and let's see, I grabbed a piece of kind of an off-white creamy color just from my stash here, so we have that, and I think, well, maybe we should go with white. We'll go with this one. Okay. So with these guys, there's a couple things. Again, you can cut a piece that's just going to be the background, or you can just do the inlay and then just leave it all the same. You can do a piece where you can just cut this piece off so that that's maybe your stitch one, but then maybe this portion in the back that peeks out, if you do another one that's white, and they'll have like a little white wick or whatever. I mean, there's just lots of different ways to play with these guys. I think I'm just going to go for the inlaid stitch candle at this point. So this guy and this guy. And then we have our flame. So I didn't actually think about the flame quite yet. I was thinking more colors for this part. But again, just inlay, tape it so that doesn't move. Tape it so this one doesn't move. I'm trying to make them as straight as we can so when we do our stitching, they're nice and straight. Okay, so I'll run those guys through. We'll just cut it like that. And then we have our little hollies and things, but we'll do that in just a minute. With these guys, again, maybe sometimes you're going to see the background color, maybe you're not. So let's run it through just so you can see what that looks like. And again, from my kit here, what do we have? Oh, that's gold. That's lovely. We have yellow and red. Let's do the yellow that's in the kit just so we have that with the inlay. And then I'll just run just these guys like this through like some orangey paper just to have like a background piece. And maybe we'll stitch it, maybe we won't. Okay, so on that one. Jury is still out on that one. Okay, let's put that there. And some tape. And I'll run these pieces through and then we'll start stitching. And go from there. I'll be right back. I always say put as many pieces as you can down so you get it all done pretty quickly. Look at those. Super cute. And then we have these guys. And let me get my orange set cut out again without the inserts. It'll just be these little guys. And I'll be right back. So let me put some of these things to the side. I don't need them right now. And so let me show you what that would look like if you're just kind of layering them, and if you decide not to stitch them, you have like that little bright orange kind of sticking out through the back. Let me get closer and see if my lighting will allow for the difference to be shown. I know it's hard to tell, but there you go. And I use a bright orange with that yellow. For whatever reason, I can't get that different there. Okay. So let me grab the silver. Let me grab some of the threads I'll be using. I'll be right back. So needles, put that back there. Oh, you know what? We should get our needle minder in full effect here. Let's open this little guy up. And I want to say this has something to do with it. Yeah, exactly. So there's like an extra magnet back here, and maybe you can hook it onto something, but I think it's just for the packaging, which is actually really nice. You can use that for something else, or, you know, stick it to yourself if you have something you want to put that on. Right now it's just on there and it's really nice. And it'll hold your needle. Again, that's in the little kit. Super cute. Okay, let's start with this guy. And we just find where the end is. And because it would break my heart to remove this, I just leave it for now. And again, we don't need too much. I'm probably going to get a couple feet for this part. And we're going to have that. And get it going. And then for the other one, for just a little... look at that, guys. I'm not even... You usually have to put it right up to my face. It's just that it's really nice and stiff, so it's very easy to thread. And then with this one, I chose this one from the kit. It has like a variegated, kind of goldish brown colors. I want to get more to the colors that are more golden, so I'm going to pull some out. And you can use that for something else, or, you know, however you like, but I'm going to look for this portion of it right here. And again, we don't need that much, but a good amount. I'm looking for this part. Maybe they're there. So we'll just cut that off. I'll put this back in my package. And these guys, you separate them. You know, you can leave it if you like, but generally you separate them into two portions, 3 threads in each. So as I do that, I'm kind of pulling with my hand and just going through so they don't tangle each other again. And we'll use that in just a minute. So let's put that to the side. And with this guy, again, just a little washi tape or a little something to help you stick that down, double-sided tape where you don't remove the back. All of that would work. Let me grab some club kit supplies to the rescue. So we'll grab this double-sided tape. And just have a little piece ready in my hand. And this guy, oh, it really wants to take that needle minder. Okay, so I'm gonna come up, I don't know, here, not there, the very first one. And just kind of get to the very end. Again, you can put a knot in there. Last time I knotted it, I think the way it's kind of thin but sturdy, it might go through, so it was better for me to just kind of stick it down like that. And with this guy, we're just going to go up to the corresponding hole right up top, and then I'll move over to the one right next to it. And I'm kind of holding it with my hand here. Then bring that down. We'll straighten that out in just a minute. Oh, let's put this back on. I'll be right back. I just need to bring this down further so we're not so close to the end of that one. Okay, we just came up through here, and now we're going to bring it straight down there. And then I'll visit the little one right next to it, and then straight up. The one right next to that one. Straight down. I love the blue and silver. You know, if you want to continue with those kind of colors, maybe a little Hanukkah card. Cute. There we go. And that's it for that one. So I'm going to put that down for a second and get a little more of this tape. And just look at the front, make sure I still have a good tension, you know, throughout. So I can just tape this down. Just bring that down here. Tape on that. And then I'll do my second one in the exact same way. And I'll be right back. Guys, I want to show you another way of using the same little holes. So that one, that design goes straight up and down. How about if we do something different? So I already started off. What if we just go here and just decorate the top and just decorate the bottom? So I'm going to go into this next one, and it's just a little something. And it's going to go up this back into the one we just came out of. And then from here we want to go into the next hole that makes sense. So that would be this one. So from the back I'm just going to bring it there. And then back down into this bottom hole. And we'll have a little zigzag design. So just something different, right? And then from here I would go up that bottom one, because that's the only one that's left. And then come back this way and tack it down. How cute is that? So I'll do the same thing at the top. And now I don't even have to tape it off. I can just go to the next one and start here, you know, through the back. So I'll do the same thing, just make a little zigzag design in that area. I think that's cute. So we have two candles and they're just a little bit different in design. Alright, I'll finish that up and just tape it off like I did this first one, and I'll be back. Those two done. Super cute, a little bit different design on each one. And this, I'm just going to go ahead and do my little knot. Again, this thread is thicker than the diamond thread, so it might stay down for me. Then I'll just tape it off at the end, but I'm still gonna have my finger here holding it. Okay, so with this one we're gonna come at the middle, and that's just what I'm doing. You know, do whatever you like. I'm gonna visit the one next to it and bring it back down, or you can just keep going right up to the middle, right back around, right to the middle, and back around, however you want to do it. Because like here I'm gonna go up to this one and bring it down in here, or you can visit the next one. You know, obviously we need to come back across to finish that stitch. But from like now, I come up here, whatever makes sense. Oopsie. And I'll do the second one the same way. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Here we go. All right, up there, down in the center. Super quick, you guys. I mean, if you're gonna make like a whole series, like this is your design for this year, or if you're doing little motifs, just cut out a ton of them and just doot, 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 and you have them ready to go, right? Right up here, and back down the center. And that is it, you guys. That's how quick you can do that. And then I'm just going to put a little piece of tape right here to tack it down, okay? Or if you don't want to do tape, you can also just kind of go into some of the stitches and go around like this, pick up your loop, and that makes you another little knot, and then just kind of finish it off like there. You don't want to bury that, and then you can just snip it off, which is maybe a nicer way for this one because it does have its own little, you know, very small space back there. Okay, what I'm going to do in the meantime is glue these guys together. Glue this to that. Just put some glue and hold it down. That's it. If you wanted to, I suppose you could put one of these guys in the back, like behind this, and then this one on top. And that's just another way to do it, but then you can see the white there. But however you like. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I actually just put my little guys under something heavy, and actually I wasn't able to come back until the next day, so it's been sitting like that for a while. We have a little needle minder if you would like to put this on, but I'm pretty much done, so I can just put that away. Okay, so here we go. So as far as this part, you have your candles, and again I have the ones with a different kind of decoration. You can glue them down flat, which is probably what I should have come back to talk about yesterday, or however you want to put them. So I think I'm gonna put this one down first, because that way you can see more of the bottom of this one when we do the holly, you know. And then, you know, just whatever you like. So I'm gonna go ahead and just glue this down. And I haven't decided if my little flame should be just glued straight down, or, you know, a little dimensional. It's kind of dimensional anyway because of the way you have a couple layers and stuff, so I think I'm just going to glue it down. And just right within that little blue area. There's not a lot of space around it, which is really nice. You see that? So I'll glue the one down the same way right here, and then the little flame on top. Okay, so if we bring our card back, and you know, I mean, you could do it this way too. Maybe that's what we'll do with some of the other ones. Instead of having them this orientation, we can do this. Like you can have these little guys here. Maybe your message over here. Should I do that today? I don't know. I kind of was still having in my mind having it this way, but it doesn't matter. We can commit later. Okay, so we have our little greenery, and I did pull out this little piece of green from yesterday's video, or the video that preceded this one on day 1. And so I'm just going to cut several leaves. If I need another piece, I'll grab some more, but as much as I can fit there, just have a few pieces to play with. And then the smallest piece of washi there. And then the little berries, I think I'm going to cut them out of red paper just so that they have some fun little pop to them. Did I ever use the red? I did, didn't I? Let's find a piece. Okay. I don't really have scraps of this. I just have 2 really nice big pieces, but I'll just take a little nip off this corner here. Okay. And I'll be back. So I cut out a couple sets of 2, and then just one extra because I do like having an odd number of leaves. It depends on how you're styling it. You might not even notice that's an odd number, but that's just generally what I do. And then we have these little guys, our little berries. So cute. And they're a good size, so they're definitely a nice focal point also, you know. Okay. And if you were going to change your mind or to do a landscape type card and your embossing has a certain direction, you definitely want to pay attention to that, of course. And what I think is if I start with some in the back, and then maybe pop these guys up a little bit, and then a little more greenery in the front. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. And I mean, you can even give a little zhuzh to these guys so they have a little movement if you want. So just a little something like that. Maybe this one over here. If you really want to pop that up and make sure it stays up, you can just put like a little dimensional adhesive behind there, keeping it kind of pushed up. Okay, and then so they do have these items separately on Spellbinders site. You don't have to, you know, pick up the kit because that's the only place they are. Like these little guys, the foam squares, SCS 120. Nicer, lower kind of profile. So I'm gonna put several in the back and take the carriers off, and I'll be right back. I'm backing these off. I was gonna put them down already, and I was like, oh no, I have to come back. Okay, so just on there as straight as I can. And then these guys can either also be brought up with dimensionals, or just still kind of tuck them in the front, however is it you want. I think I'll put dimensional right here. And since they are white, they kind of show a little bit in the background, so just kind of be careful with that. Maybe there. And then there and there. Okay, so this one can also just be kind of flat. A little bit zhuzhed in the back. And then this one on top can also have a dimensional like here. And maybe a little bit of glue here because I'm going to touch the candle. Actually, I should have put glue towards the top, not that bottom side. There we go. That's how we transfer it really easy. Maybe a little bit of a zhuzh on that too. And just kind of touching there a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hold that down and I'll show you what that looks like. So I have something that looks like that. Again, really nice focal pieces. Looks really good. So let's see these guys. Okay. So I'm trying to see if I'm just going to glue these guys down. Maybe one there, maybe one here. Maybe a dimensional on that back of one of these guys. Again, if you need to trim it down, you can. I think I'll trim that down just a little bit. And usually I do it when it's on the carrier. It makes it easy so that you're not getting goo all over your scissors. But just a little bit like that. And maybe put it right there so it's less noticeable. And this guy can be, here. Oh, not there. Well, it could be there, but there. And then maybe this guy here. And then the last guy can be like right here. And so it looks like I'm just going to put glue. And hopefully that'll keep it where we need it to be. Okay, I'm going to hold these down. I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, guys, so here are little berries there. Super cute. You can see all the stitching that we did and the two different designs on the candles, really adorable. And like I showed you guys yesterday, I had all these sentiments, and I do have some that are actually stamped, or not stamped, but glimmered with blue also. So let me see what I have. Comfort and joy. Oh, I love that. Joy of the world, peace on earth. I mean, obviously you can even pair it with the ones with the red. That looks really nice. What did I read? I read one that comfort and joy. That's cute. Oh my gosh. What's funny is I was like, oh, I'm going to try to move this over here so it take up kind of a lot of space, and I ended up making it so that, I mean, that's like perfect. Okay, so what we can do is have a little fun with the dimensional here. I'm going to put a little dimensional here so that this kind of zhuzhes, and then here we'll just stick it down. I mean, you can put it right on top too, like this if you would like. I'm just going to tuck that back there, making sure we're kind of straight. And this will stay up while that's down, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. And there's our card. Like I said, it's like some movement with this being down, but then up over here. You know, we have our little leaves kind of up and down there. I think this came out so cute. So day 2, we have our little candles there, and day 1 we had our Christmas tree, and hopefully I'll just continue showing them that way. So at day 12 we'll have 12 beautiful cards or tags and things that we can admire. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll have the links, like I said, in the description box, and images coming up, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.